Am I the a-hole for telling my husband I was going to divorce him for going to his sister's wedding? So this is happening in real time and I don't know if my emotions are super high or I'm completely in the right. My sister-in-law is getting married and I've been helping her plan her wedding, from the DJ to the makeup artist to hair etc. She asked me to be in the wedding party. I agreed to that. My husband agreed to have me read a prayer at the church even though I'm not very religious and to sponsor the wedding. I was never asked for that. Comes to today, her first dress fitting. I'm there with my mother-in-law, my sisters-in-law and her future in-laws. Everyone was looking at bridesmaid dresses and so was I. I was then in that moment told I was not in the wedding party. I was not allowed to be in the wedding photos, and would have to drive myself to the wedding, due to my husband being in the groom's party. I was told I was basically the wedding my planner, and would need to leave after the ceremony while the wedding party took photos, to make sure the reception was being set up correctly. I walked away and texted my husband I was upset but didn't want to ruin his sister's big moment. She picked her dress, and they continued to look at bridesmaid dresses. I told my sil I was leaving and congratulations on the dress. I made it outside and began to cry and called my husband and explained the situation to him. This isn't the first time his family has done this to me. In the 9 years we've been together they disrespected me and my marriage so many times. I explained I no longer wanted to attend the wedding and he said okay but I still am. I told him if he wanted to that was fine, but it would be the last time he allows his family to make me feel this way. He said I'm being ridiculous and my family agrees with him. Update. I looked it up to give you the correct answer. Sponsors are the only people you legally need at your wedding. They act as witnesses to your marriage and they're the ones who will sign your marriage certificate. Of course, aside from the legal aspect, they also act as godparents to you and your partner. Also today was the wedding party pre-dinner to get to know one another. I was invited over a month ago with my husband, but I couldn't go today due to it being my mother's birthday so my husband, and I told his sister I could do the dress fitting but not the dinner, so I'm confused as to why I needed to be at the dress fitting with all the bridesmaids and the wedding party dinner. She called all week to make sure I still be at the dress fitting. She was upset but my mom has lung cancer and she's not doing well, so I wouldn't miss her birthday. My husband texted his sister and told her we weren't going to come. I'm not sure what she said back but he was upset the whole dinner for my mom's birthday. The DJ is my brother's best friend, and the makeup artist is my stepsister, so I know I could tell them what's going on and they cancel. Backstory, on Thanksgiving my sister-in-law asked me and her sisters, 3, to help her plan her wedding so I wasn't the only person asked to help. I agreed then because I know the stress of planning a wedding alone. I picked out centerpieces and helped with things she didn't know about, something new old etc. Ever since I've been helping her with vendors and even picking out her wedding song. I think deep down I'm not upset about not being in the wedding. I just wish I didn't look stupid going to the dress fitting and looking at dresses. Like I wish she would have just called me on the phone and been like hey there is a change of plans, you're no longer in the wedding. It was done in front of my mother-in-law, her future mother-in-law and the fiancé sisters. I think everyone saw I took it by surprise when I was told. The bride used her little sister to be the one that told me because I know she didn't want to look like the bad guy. Despite me and my mother-in-law not having the best relationship, she doesn't allow her daughters to walk all over me, but she doesn't speak English and didn't know what was being said to me. After speaking with my husband when I got home from my mom's birthday, he said his sister asked him 2 weeks ago to walk her down the aisle due to their father passing, and him being her only brother, and that if he doesn't attend the wedding I will be opening the worst can of worms ever. I explained to him that he was supposed to walk with me, and that when I was took from the wedding they changed what he was doing. He said he would walk her down the aisle but not go with them in the limo and not be in any photos. I know he's a huge mama's big so I will likely not be married in the upcoming weeks. The petty revenge. I thought about just attending the wedding and when asked to give my prayer, just mentioning in front of the families how the bride and groom are huge cokeheads. The groom's family is extremely religious, it would just ruin the wedding, but my husband knows how petty I can be and thought I have a master plan. Update 2. For the last week span my husband has been trying to make our relationship work. He let me know that he spoke to his sister and she has hired an official coordinator and says she no longer needs my help. She also fired the DJ unsure about the makeup artist. She also told him she does not know where I got confused and misunderstood the situation of being a bridesmaid. He showed her the messages of her, asking me and telling me the bridesmaid dress color to buy. She didn't have anything to say, but told him that she never meant for me to be so confused. He told her he will be walking her down the aisle and then leaving the wedding. He told me I ruined his relationship with his family. He said that I am also losing his family in the process and that they will hate me. I told him in the 9 years his family has never cared about me. I told him that if he was to die tomorrow, no one in his family would reach out to me after the funeral. He didn't have anything to say after that. I think she knows that it's 100% true. He said he would like to continue with the divorce. I think that's the best decision. I was in a pretty bad car accident. I was hit from behind. The other driver was going about 50 miles per hour. I ended up in the hospital and called my husband. He didn't show up. He said he was too busy with work. His sister the bride lives about 5 minutes away from where my car accident was and he asked her to go. She never showed up. I brought that up to him, and he said no one was obligated to go to the hospital until I became conscious. I feel sad that I'm losing such a big part of my life, but I know that I deserve someone who cares about me and will put me first in situations that hurt me.